My girlfriend's sister sent me a video and said, "Watch this before you propose." Veronica's text came 3 days before I planned to propose to Angelica. "Watch this before you propose, please." The video file loaded on my phone. I almost didn't open it. Veronica had always been quiet around me, polite but distant. Angelica said her sister was jealous of our relationship, that Veronica had always been the difficult one in the family. I pressed play. The footage was shaky, clearly filmed from a phone propped somewhere in what I recognized as their mother's living room. Angelica stood near the couch where Karen, their mother, sat hunched over. I'd met Karen twice, a sweet woman recovering from a stroke, her speech slow, but her smile warm. Angelica's voice cut through the quiet, telling her mother she didn't care if it hurt, that Karen needed to stand up and walk to the bathroom herself. "Veronica isn't always going to be here to baby you." Karen tried to speak, her words tangled. Angelica rolled her eyes. "Stop. I can't understand you anyway. Just get up." Karen started crying, those helpless tears of someone who's lost control of their body. Angelica walked to the kitchen. I heard cabinets slamming. The video cut to another day, same room. Angelica was on her phone while Karen called out, that garbled speech I'd only heard her use to ask simple questions when I visited. Angelica didn't look up. "If you can yell, you can wait." 15 minutes passed and fast forward. Karen's voice got more desperate. Angelica stayed on her phone. My hands were shaking. I'd been with Angelica for 2 years. She was patient with my nephew Nolan when we babysat, gentle with my anxiety, thoughtful about my career stress. She volunteered at an animal shelter. She cried at sad movies. The third clip showed Angelica gripping Karen's arm too tightly, jerking her toward the bathroom. "You're doing this on purpose. You could try harder if you wanted to." I stopped the video. My stomach hurt. Angelica had told me her sister handled most of their mother's care because Angelica's work schedule was demanding. She visited twice a week, she said, but it was hard to see her mother like that. She got emotional talking about it. I'd held her while she cried about how helpless she felt. Veronica's second text came through, explaining that this was who Angelica really was when no one was watching. "This is who she is when no one's watching." She'd installed the camera after their mother kept getting bruises Angelica blamed on falls. "There was more footage," Veronica said. "Hours of it." She apologized. I thought about the ring in my drawer, the reservation I'd made at Angelica's favorite restaurant. I'd practiced the speech. My phone buzzed. Angelica texted that she couldn't wait to see me tonight, adding a heart emoji and telling me she loved me. I'd watched her comfort a friend through a breakup last month, bringing tissues and ice cream, staying up until 3 a.m. listening. I'd seen her rescue a bird with a broken wing and nurse it in a shoebox until we could get it to a wildlife center. She'd held my hand through my father's funeral and knew exactly when I needed silence versus distraction. But I'd also noticed she never wanted Veronica at our dinners. She changed the subject when I asked about visiting her mother more often. Last month, she'd snapped at a waitress who got our order wrong, then laughed it off when I looked surprised, blaming it on a long day. I called Veronica. She answered on the first ring. I asked her how long this had been happening. Veronica's voice was steady when she told me it had been 2 years since Angelica and I started dating. She knew she needed to look better. She got the shelter volunteer position right after she met you. She's been performing. I started to ask about her mother, but Veronica cut me off. "Karen didn't want anyone to know," Veronica explained. "Their mother was ashamed." "But I can't watch Angelica trap you too." That night, Angelica came over with takeout and wedding magazines she'd been secretly collecting. She showed me pictures of venues, her face bright with excitement about our future. I looked at the woman I thought I knew and saw a stranger performing a role she'd perfected. The ring stayed in the drawer. Angelica never knew why I ended it the next morning, and I never told her about the video, but I sent Veronica money every month after that to help with Karen's care. The care that should have been Angelica's responsibility, delivered with the compassion Angelica had never actually possessed.